Assalamu alaikum. Hello dear students, respected guardians and honorable teachers. You are most welcome to Kurna Online School. And this is Muhammad Rafiqul Islam. In addition to this job, I'm working as an assistant teacher English at Mirshai Girls High School, Chattogram. Dear students, after a long time, vacation, again I'm with you with another very interesting English lesson. But this time I'm not telling you what I'm going to take. This time, but you have to guess after. You have to guess the topic after hearing a story. Okay, so at first perhaps I think you are ready for this class, and I think you have taken your notebook and pen and pencils. Okay, so the students, before going to declaration of going to declare the title topic of today's class, I'd like to tell you a story. From that story you have to guess the topic of this day. Okay, so let's hear the story. Look at this screen. The students, at first I would like to let's hear. I'd like to read, and you will hear this story. The headline of this story: Who is he? Where is he? And what does he do? Hank is a cowboy. It will be better, and I will feel comfort if you make me sure that you can read and you can see my screen clearly, so it will be better. The students, so let's hear the story. Hank is a cowboy. He lives on a farm. He has a horse named Ginger. Hank loves Ginger. He rides Ginger every day. Sometimes they walk slowly, and sometimes they always have a good time. Ginger is Hank's horse. She is light brown, her tail and mane are dark brown. She is 3 years old. She lives in the stable by the house. Ginger waits for Hank every morning. She enjoys their time together. Often Hank gives her apples after long rides. Hank always washes and brushes Ginger. He usually brushes her tail, then he gives her food and fresh water. Ginger loves Hank. The students, this is a story, and in this story you have noticed some color words. Now my question: can you tell me these words, color words? What types of parts of speech they are? You can see here is, or you can see here lives, has, loves, strides, walks. Okay, all of these. So I think you know all of these are verbs. My question is, what does a verb play a role in a sentence, and what is verb? It is very simple. You'll say actually a verb. It is a verb. It is a word, or it can be a phrase, or it can be a group of words. It can express action happen, or you can say state an action. It happens. State happens, or you can say a verb can express. A verb can express. You can say a verb can express condition or experience. All of these a verb can can express. The students, another important things things that a verb can show us, indicates, and that is time. That means a verb can also show or indicates time. Okay, that means what is time, and when an action of a verb happen, and that shows a verb. Okay, so the students, today we're talking time means tense. We are going to learn tense. Okay, so the students, now this time you have known that our today's topic is tense. Okay, actually this is a story of present simple tense, but there are lots of tenses in English. In this class I will especially focus on present simple tense, and after learning outcomes, after you have studied this lesson, you will be able to, number one, make present simple tense verbs, you can see here, and next recognize present simple tense verbs. Okay, so the students now move on to next slide. You see tense. We'll discuss tense. Before that, we have to understand from where a tense originated. At first, let's see what is verb, and gradually, one after one, I will try to make clear all of these grammatical terms. Number one, verb. The students, a verb. What is verb? Very simple. You'll find in a dictionary that a verb may be a word or a phrase or a group of words. Okay, so a verb is a word. It expresses action, or you can say it expresses a condition or experience, state, events. Okay, all of these are a verb can indicate, and at the same time a verb. Okay, so the students, a verb has many form, and you can say what is form. Form is another part, or you can say it is different but related to this verb. Okay, this is form. And if any forms can show, if any form can show a time, specific time for doing action, when it exists or when existed or when will exist, it can show, then we say this is tense. And in today's class I will be talking to you about the present tense. There are lots of tenses, but in this class you are going to learn present tense. Okay, what is present tense? Very simple. Present tense is expresses an action that happening now or at the time of speaking. But present tense, there are more present tenses. You will going to learn the simple present tense. Okay, now you see I have mentioned here a verb. In the middle of this verb there I have written here play. Play is a verb, and all of these are different forms of play. If we say play is a keyword, mother word, dictionary word, we can say play, plays, playing, play, to play, to play. All of these are forms. But the students, you see, play and plays can show a particular time, express particular expressions, so they are called tense. At the same time, I can say play and plays. They are present simple form. Okay. So in the next slide we see the present tense has four types of forms: the present simple tense, the present continuous tense, the present perfect tense, the present perfect continuous tense. Okay, dear students, now let's go to form how to form present simple tense verb. and most of the present simple tense verb is base form. You can say you no need to use any special endings, for example as ing, ed, nothing. Just use here basic form or base form of a verb. Okay, but there are some exceptions, and that is if you use any present simple tense verb with the third person singular, then you will add s to the verb. We have experienced that most of the verb we have say s has been added to most of the verbs. Okay, so let's see some example words. Work, works, get, gets, live, lives. Okay, but there are some exceptions that catch, catches, go, goes, finish, finishes. You will find that there are different es has been used here. Why have we used es here? Actually, dear students, if any verb ends with ch, I can mention more letters ch, s or sh, x, o, and then we use es. Okay, in the next line you see cry, cries, worry, worries, studies, studies. The students here we have seen here cry. The verb has ended with y, and we have changed y to I, then added here es. Thus we can form present simple tense verb with third person singular. Third person singular, he, she, it, or any man or woman or thing we use as a third person. Okay. At the last line you see more three pairs of words. There are pay, pays, play, plays, buy, buys. The students here we have seen here just as to the has been added to the verb pay, pays. What happened there? Actually, if any verb ends with ay or ey, oy, uy, then you can add s to the verb. Thus you can form present simple tense verb. Okay, dear students, now very important, five important things you should keep in your mind. Number one, if you want to form present simple tense, you need to be verb. Okay, am is a present form and have has. Only with these auxiliary verb you can make present simple tense. And sometimes you may need do or does, because if you want to make any negative sentence in present simple tense verb, then you need do and does. Present simple tense verb is a single verb. This is not a phrase, verb phrase. There are 12 tenses in English English grammar or English language. You can say 12 tenses. In 12 tenses, only 2 tenses we do. In 2 tenses we don't use any auxiliary verb. So in that case, present simple tense we use do or does. Another little word not here. We also use not to negate any affirmative sentence. And already I've said earlier this as, es, is, all of these. And important things that are base form or present simple form. Now what is base form? Actually, base form, it is a basic form of basic form of a verb that has no special endings. For example, s or es or ed, ing, nothing will be added to the base form, and that is present simple form verb. One more thing you see here: do not, don't, does not, doesn't. Actually, this shorten. Do not shorten to don't, does not shorten to doesn't. So dear students, in this class we have learned how to make present simple tense verb. This time I will try to teach you how to make present simple tense affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Okay, at first you can see here present simple tense affirmative. To make present simple tense affirmative, we just can follow a very simple structure, just to at first subject, then verb, then object. Okay, you see here, I play cricket, you play cricket, but we see a difference in the middle line. He, she, it plays cricket, we play cricket, you play cricket, and they play cricket. The students all in the middle of this, in the middle column, we see verb column, we see play, play, plays, play, play, play. All of these verb, The students only plays has been different here because it has been used with third person singular, he, she, and it. Thus we can make present simple tense affirmative. Okay, now present simple tense negative. How to make present simple tense negative? This is also very easy and very simple. Just use before the verb, base form of the verb, just use do not, don't, or doesn't. Okay, and as usually don't and doesn't used after he, she, it as their third person singular. Beside this, we use with other subject don't. Okay, and so let's read the sentence. I don't play cricket. You don't play cricket. He doesn't play cricket. She doesn't play cricket. It doesn't play cricket. We don't play cricket. You don't play cricket. And finally, we see here they don't play cricket. Okay, let's have a look at next slide. We see here the present simple tense interrogative. Sometimes you have to ask question, and so if you make question, you have to follow this structure. Just add here at first do or does, then you can make you will put here question mark. Okay, the students, so let's read and see what happened in all of these sentences. Number one, do I play cricket? Do you play cricket? Does he or she play cricket? Do we play cricket? Do you play cricket? Do they play cricket? Actually, just we will write or put or use do or does at the start of a sentence. Then it will be present simple tense interrogative. Okay, dear students, now I will focus on some usage of the present simple tense verb, and you will see here there are three pictures. In the first picture we see a man is drinking tea, and in the second picture we see a man is watching television. The third picture, a girl is going to school. Actually, all of these the habitual or regular actions. That's why you can use present simple tense verb to express any regular or habitual actions. I think you have got the idea. Okay, distance now. Let's move on to next slide. There are more three picture on this slide. And first picture, I can explain about this picture. That actually here we can see here that water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius, and here we see the earth moves around the sun. And the next slide, the third slide, we see water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. These students, if you want to express, if you want to talk about any general truth or facts, that is always truth that happens always happens, then you can use present simple tense verb. Okay, dear students, now next slide. I have shown here. You see a newspaper. This is the Guardian, British daily newspaper, famous newspaper in the world. Here, if you see here if you read that some title of these headlines of this newspaper, you will see. Just notice what type of verb, tense verb have been used here. Number one, country at a crossroad has as fears grew of COVID-19 second wave. And the students here, you will find here Victoria records 13 deaths and 240 new cases as Qantas announces worst trading results in history. Okay, next you see here COVID-19 pushes poor nations from recession to depression, and you also see here coronavirus death toll hits 10,000. In the next slide, you'll see our familiar newspaper. This is the Daily Star. The students in the Daily Star, the headline is Dhaka and Delhi join hands on vaccine. Okay, here join. And flood damages Dhaka 1.32 crore crops. And also here you can see a vegetable price hike adds to woes amid pandemic. Okay, this is actually what happened there. In all of this headline, you see their present simple tense verb has been used. That means newspaper headlines to write newspaper headlines present simple tense verb used. Okay. The students, finally, there a very simple assessment for you. You will solve this question a few seconds later. Just try yourself. Number one, cats hates water. He lives in Dhaka. They doesn't have children. She is a student. Where are you coming from? Where do you come from? Okay. So try to solve this problem. Very simple. Okay, first, cats hating or hates. What would be here? Actually, this is hate is correct. The cats. Okay. Then he lives in Dhaka. Here it will be the correct answer will be lives. Okay, in the third question we see here they doesn't have children, and that should be don't. And for picture for sentence, she is a student. And finally we see here where do you come from. Okay, the students, now it is I am going to finish this class. Before that, I am giving you a homework. Change the past tense verbs to put the next into present tense. And let's hear. I was racing to catch the bus when, without any warning, my shoelace broke. I fell in a heap and dropped my homework. The wind blew it everywhere, and that is why I was late to school. Actually, the students, such types of events occur in our daily activities, and many students are absent for different reasons. They shows different excuse. Sometimes that is real, sometimes that is lame excuse. Okay, the students, do this homework and write in the comment. I'll check and try to reply to you. So be safe, stay home and be safe. Thank you very much. That's all for today.